Okay, it's like almost the end of January. I haven't really uploaded a video in a really long time. Today's Sunday, and I have a lot of things that I could do today. Like, I definitely need to get a haircut. I need to go get some stuff for the apartment, probably like a box fan, so I can actually do the trainer. But I think I'm gonna make a video today, and I'm gonna get it out tomorrow if it's the last thing I do, because huge life changes, and I need to let everybody know what's going on. So some footage of a bike workout and brick run that me and Lionel did that Aaron filmed. It was 12 by 4 minutes. I was sucking wheel a little bit. Lionel was doing alternating between 360 something and like well over 400 watts for every other rep. So I averaged like, in the 330s for 12 by 4 minutes on a minute rest. So here's that workout. But first I got this studio set up, so probably gonna make a little lo-fi beat to go over this video. They spelled Spro wrong, but cheers. Solo time. That's it. All right, time for a Q&A over some sweet lo-fi vibes. Alexi the runner, what do you do when you're like 70% done with training for a triathlon and some of the workouts start to suck? If you're at the point where the workouts start to suck and you're kind of feeling maybe overcooked, then maybe you're 110% done with training for a triathlon. But also, sometimes training is just hard. You either got to commit to getting it done or don't, and then it doesn't get done. How often are you recognized at races? Is it difficult when people come up to you right before a race? In my two pro races, there were a bunch of people who came up to me. It's not difficult at all. Actually, I really like it. I really love this community, the triathlon endurance sport community. You know, and at the end of the day, I just really enjoy the clout. So no, it's not difficult at all. What software do you use to create your beats? It's on Logic Pro. 3 big goals for 2022 in triathlon. I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about sort of outcomes that I would like to happen. You know, I really haven't thought about that. I have process goals. I would like to stay healthy. I would like to get a lot more aero. Yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have a third one. Get better at swimming. That's an outcome, but yeah. Have you decided your 2022 race schedule yet? No, I have not. That's still up in the air. I think I'm doing Oceanside on April 2nd. And then, you know, I got this Airbnb in Girona over the summer. So I want to go try to race some European races, but it's all definitely up in the air. So kind of same thing here, conservative, good, and stretch goals for 2022. I don't attach myself to outcomes. You know, I did that a lot in high school and college, and it almost always ends up poorly. Am I hoping to be competing for the win at major events this year? Honestly, no. But again, that's an outcome. That's just out of, you know, respect for the competition and knowing what everybody else is doing at this point. I don't think I'm going to be competing for the win at a major event this year. Even, you know, what you qualify as a major event differs, but I don't even know about a podium. My mind, it's going to take several more years, and I haven't even been doing this for 1 year. So, you know, my whole mindset is just I'm going to keep grinding on this for 4, 5, 6, 10 more years, and maybe it won't take that long. But even if it does, that's when I think I'll be competitive. Is once I get years and years of training under my belt. Trevor Foley, shout out Trevor Foley. Full I am coming up, winky face.
Yes.
Oh, Eric Reese, love this one. What tri-suit do you have? It looks sick, and I've been looking for one. That is Mock Apparel, who are actually my first paid sponsor. I definitely need to do another video on this. It's like my first real step into taking the Strug out of Strug Pro. Go check out Mock Apparel. They make really, really good tri-suits. Aside from a Garneau suit that Lionel lent me for my first triathlon at Bartlett Lake, every triathlon I've done has been in a mock suit, and I've never had any suit issues whatsoever. Smoking Bandit 1 asked how my 500 swim is coming along, and I think a while back we made a bet in the comments that if I swam under 550, he would have to wear like a flower cap or something. And I haven't swam a 500 in a while, and honestly, the more I get into 70.3 and starting to think about Ironman, the more I realize that testing a 500 is really, really stupid. Maybe I'll lose that bet, but also my swim is still coming along. Am I going to be able to swim 108s for a 500? That's honestly not the goal. I'd rather be able to swim 115s for a 70.3. I'll have a swim video at some point, and we'll see. I doubt I will be testing a 500. You know, whatever, if I gotta wear a flower cap or something. Oh well. What video editor software do you use? I use iMovie, and honestly, my computer can barely even handle that. One of my goals for this year is to just get a new computer. Maybe like a Mac Mini with an M1 chip, so that I can actually do, you know, bigger files on Logic and maybe start using Premiere. But yeah, my computer just can't handle anything more than the basics. Christopher Levy, why do hot girls date ugly guys? I think from a current D1 college runner, are there any takeaways from your triathlon training that could help to improve a 3K, 5K track time? Honestly, just stay healthy. If you can't handle big mileage, then yeah, adding in swim and bike, just easy swim and bike, no intensity, I think will go a really long way. Staying healthy is the biggest thing, which isn't really a takeaway from triathlons, but in a way it is, because my mileage is always lower, but my total volume is high, so fitness keeps going up and injury risk stays pretty low. What are your heart rate zones? How much do you try to stick within those zones during training and races? Do you use zone training at all when you swim? Yeah, heart rate doesn't always perfectly correlate to how hard you're working, and it's what is called a lagging indicator. So if my heart rate is really low or really high, but everything else feels good, I won't give it all that much thought. Swim sets definitely do not all mostly feel like threshold. I make sure to keep the easy swims easy. And actually now with doing all this lactate testing with Lionel, you have to make sure that the easy swims are actually really easy, because you can't lie. The lactate doesn't lie. It pretty much tells you how hard you're working. There was kind of a bombshell at the end of my last video, driving 38 hours for my new job, where, yeah, so I am now in Oro Valley, Arizona, about 2 miles down the road from Lionel. Yeah, basically Lionel, before Indian Wells, texted me saying, think about being my full-time training partner, and what's it gonna take to make that happen? I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer. I really missed it out here. It was definitely a good situation with JP Elite in New Hampshire, and really liked my teammates and whatnot, but financially it's really tough. And Lionel said, hey, if you come out and train with me, I'll make sure you can continue to progress in this sport. And so that's definitely a no-brainer for me. So basically he's just covering my expenses, and honestly I didn't want to ask for a lot, and for the same reason I don't ask my parents for a dime, is because for whatever reason, maybe this is dumb or not, I want to feel like I did this on my own. Like I definitely feel like I'm here on my own merit. Came here last year in the spring and proved to Lionel that I am a good training partner, and I'm someone that can help make him better. Yeah, now basically, expenses are taken care of, and it's YouTube ad revenue, and still coaching and Patreon are now like my income on top of everything. I'm still definitely in the hole from Indian Wells. Like I spent a lot of money to just get out there and race, so I'm still sort of, I still owe more on my credit card than I have in my checking account, which has been such a common occurrence this year. But it seems to be on the way up now. So yeah, I mean, we'll be training together, and my focus this year is mainly 70.3s, but I have my heart set on doing an Ironman this year, which is good because Lionel he's got 2 Ironman World Championships this year to train for, and so I can kind of just come along for the ride. And the training he's doing now is straight from the Norwegians, who are very successful at both 70.3 and Ironman and Draft Legal. So I'm not really too worried about getting in the right training. I think it'll be good for both 70.3 and Ironman, and I think I'm in very good hands with Justin at Aquabear. And honestly, just Lionel's such a great sort of parallel for me, and for as far as started as a runner, picked up the bike, and had to really work the swim, and obviously he's like over a decade into it now, and I now get to just like soak up all of the knowledge that he has from the past 10 years of trying to improve at swimming. So hopefully that can help accelerate my curve. And then the bike, I think I started out pretty good on the bike, but I have such a long way to go. And what better way to improve my bike than training with one of the best bikers in the sport? And that's kind of where Lionel's doing a lot of lactate testing now. Like every session is sort of governed by lactate to make sure that he's training at the right power, at the right pace. And what he has found, and what I'm now experiencing, is that we have a tendency to do all of our workouts like way too hard. So lactate forces us to bring our like threshold paces, or all paces, down to the exact or appropriate range where the right adaptations get made. And because that's now easier than what we would have done if left on our own, all of the sessions in between just feel way better. You're way more recovered, you're way less in a hole. So I've been doing like all of my easy rides at like 250 watts now, especially the ones with Lionel, just because he doesn't ride at less than like 230, 240 watts. So if we ride together, yeah, that's like, it's a minimum of 230 watts. And I found that even when I'm on my own now, that power is much higher. When before, I would have been like trying to recover for the next workout or recovering from a previous workout, which again was, you know, I was like taking myself to the well. And so I was pedaling at like 180 watts. So definitely a big jump there. The runs are faster. You know, I'm always hitting in the low six, you know, averaging 630 or faster now. And the swims are slower, pretty much across the board, but they're easier. Because again, it's governed by lactate, and now hopefully I'm swimming in a proper zone, and that, you know, we'll see over time if it helps my endurance and it helps my speed in the pool, or just overall accelerates my progression. We will see. And then obviously the biggest thing, you know, I'm at Aquabear. I gotta learn to feel the water. Yeah, basically that's the setup. You know, it's been a couple weeks. I feel good. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I missed that you guys want to know. Drop it down in the comments. And yeah, hopefully more content coming soon.